If you'd like to be able to continue using your older legacy Cricut machines, definitely stay tuned. You'll be cutting in no time. Recently, I came across some information about the possibility of being able to use Shortcuts a Lot 5 with a third-party plugin called Libcutter. You are able to use your Cricut Personal, your Cricut Expression, your Cricut Create, and your Cricut Cakes with this Shortcuts a Lot 5 software. You do need to have the correct firmware on these machines in order to be able to do so. So for the Cricut Personal, you need the firmware V1.3. For the Expression, you need V2.34 through 2.43. For the Cricut Create, you need V1.54. And for the Cricut Cake, V1.5 through 2.3. In order to find out what firmware your machine has, simply turn on your machine, and within the first few seconds that it powers on, it will display the current version that it has installed. The first step is downloading the Cricut Design Studio so you're able to update those firmwares on the machines that are not currently updated. I will list the links in the description below. You will go to the Cricut Design Studio download and download the software. It will automatically start downloading once you click the download button, and you can see it downloading in the bottom left corner. Once it has finished, you can go ahead and click on that download. It will ask you if you want to let that make any changes. It will ask you if you want to allow this app to run. You're going to click yes. You'll get the setup wizard. You'll hit next, agree, and install. You'll hit finish. And this should have created a Cricut Design Studio icon on your desktop. You're going to go ahead and open that up. And this will take a few minutes for it to load up. I will fast forward through this for you. Once the Cricut Design Studio software has finished downloading, you will get this activation page. Simply skip through the step and hit at the bottom, continue using trial mode. You will next go to the Help tab at the top, and you will click on Update Cricut Firmware. Please take your time and read through this information. It is very important that you go through these step by step, just as stated. The first step, you're going to be making sure that your Cricut machine is turned off and connected to your computer using a USB cable. If you do not have the original USB cable that came with your Cricut machine, no worries. Any home printer cord that you have laying at home should work just fine. Step 2. You are going to hold the stop button and keep it held down and press the power button at the same time. After about 5 seconds, the Cricut will beep once, and that is a signal that you are able to begin the update. You will then release the stop button. Step 3. Choose the correct model of your Cricut machine. I have the Cricut Expression. That's the one that I'm going to click. Step 4. You are now ready to begin the update. I currently do not have my Cricut machine connected because I've already updated mine. But simply hit the begin update now and continue through your firmware update. In my case, my Cricut wasn't found because it's not connected. Once you finish that up, your firmware should be updated, and to verify that it did go through, simply power your machine on and verify that it is currently updated to the needed firmware. Once you have finished with that, you can go ahead and exit this out. And we will next continue to download the Shortcuts a Lot 5 software from the Craft Edge website, and I will link that down below. Once you're at the Craft Edge website, you will go to Downloads, and you'll click on Shortcuts Lot 5. You will get the options for Windows and Mac OS. I do have a Windows and I do have a 64-bit. Now, I do want to bring to your attention, when I did this the first time around, I ran into some trouble with the Shortcuts Lot 5 software communicating with my Cricut. After doing some research, I found out that it is better to download the 32-bit if you're having issues with connectivity. For whatever reason, it works better this way, so I will recommend you download 32-bit if you run into that kind of trouble. So click on the 32-bit, and you'll see it downloading at the bottom left. Once that is finished downloading, click on Setup. It will ask if you want to allow changes. Click Yes. I'm going to select English. And then you'll get the setup wizard, and then follow the steps, hit Next. You're going to accept agreement, Next, hit Next. This is where your file location is going to be, Next. And it will finally create a desktop icon, and install. Once it is finished, you can go ahead and click Launch Shortcuts a Lot and the Finish button. It will let you know that this is a demo mode, and you have to purchase the license if you do end up deciding that you want to purchase this, if it works with your machine. Meanwhile, you're just going to hit OK. You're going to select New Project, OK. At the top, you will see Cutter and My Cutter. You will click Manage Cutters, and under Add a Machine, you're going to see Company and Brand. As you can see, there is no option for a Cricut machine below. So the next step would be adding and downloading the third-party plugin called Libcutter. So exit out of your Shortcuts a Lot 5 for now, and we are next going to download that plugin. I will link this link below. For the plugin, I am going to be downloading option number 2. Again, I do have a Windows, so this would be the option for Windows, and I am going to use this top option right here. You'll scroll down and you're going to download the free download, 1 MBS. And it did download. You can see it at the bottom left corner. Exit out of that. You're going to open it. You might get a warning depending on the security on your computer. I'm going to hit Run anyway, and I will exit out of this. You will hit Next for the setup wizard. Next. Next. I have previously downloaded this, so it already is installed, but I'm going to click Yes and Install. And you are finished with your setup wizard. Next, we are going to go back into Shortcuts Lot 5. Press OK. new project. Okay. We'll go back to our cutter tab at the top under My Cutter and Manage Cutters. You will go back to Add a Machine, and as you can see, you now have the Cricut option. We're going to select that and add it to our cutters and press Done. So after this, you're able to do a test cut. Make sure you do have a Cricut cartridge inserted. It is needed for the software to be able to communicate with your Cricut machine. Also, make sure that your USB cable is connected from your computer to your Cricut machine. Next, I will insert a shape to test out the machine, and we're going to go to Library and insert any shape. Any shape will do. And next, we will go to Cutter. And everything is already auto-filled, and I'm just going to leave it as it is and hit Cut. As you can see, the software and plugin installation have been successful. If this worked out for you, let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell for more videos like this. I will see you in the next one.